Most businesses in Africa, if executed properly, can generate a lot of money very fast. But there are common mistakes that I still see a lot of investors and business owners make that wrecks them. What are these mistakes, you may ask? Well, number one, going in blind. What I mean by this is, historically, quality information and market data in Africa has been scarce. The whole space has been mystified for far too long. It has been black labeled and so full of misinformation, which means in the past, the only ones with reliable data were multinationals like Deloitte, Bloomberg, or other big names. And to get this information, it was not cheap. But recently, more and more smaller companies have taken up the challenge to gather reliable information, market data analysis on the African continent. Companies like us, shameless plug, with the advent of technology and digitalization, it has become easier and less expensive to get market data. This means you no longer have to get into the market with stale data and outdated information. Last year or even 6 months data is irrelevant in a fast-moving market like Africa. Trends shift constantly, and the only way to stay ahead of the curve is to have access to real-time market analysis. And this can be done now without breaking the bank. So there's no more room for this mistake of flying into the market blind or with unconfirmed or unchecked information. That's a no-no. We're not doing that this year. The next mistake I see a lot of investors make on the continent that wrecks them is investing without a risk mitigation framework. Every investor knows that to succeed, you have to limit risk as much as possible. Those who succeed in the African market are those who limit risk either by working with local experts, those who create partnerships on the ground and have access to a network that works over time. The third mistake you want to avoid at all costs when investing in the African market is choosing the wrong investment vehicle. This is the most common of all mistakes. I see it every day. Let me just preface by saying, no two investors' journey are the same. Business is not a one-size-fits-all game, quite the opposite. And most investors miss this. Yes, real estate and renewable energy on the continent are extremely lucrative, but that does not mean if you get into either of them, it might not be the right fit for you. You might be better off investing in commodities or financial services. You might be better off starting a business or maybe investing in stocks. Real estate might even be for you, but is it commercial real estate or is it residential real estate? Is it affordable housing or is it luxury apartments? All these questions have to be answered thoroughly first before you dive into the market. No matter how enticing that market may be, a successful investment plan should account for your financial goals, your budget, your investment timeline, your knowledge of the market, and so many other mitigating factors that are often overlooked by investors. And this can be deadly in a fast-moving market like Africa. Ask yourself all these questions. What's your risk tolerance? Are you looking to relocate to Africa, or you just want to stay in the US and invest from a distance? Maybe you're planning to retire to Africa. Maybe you just want to go there on vacations, maybe once or twice a year. Maybe you never even want to go to Africa, but you just want to be invested in a market. All these have to be taken into consideration before you invest into the market. The single decision to invest in the African market comes with a lot of questions that need to be answered. Vital questions are we help our clients answer these questions every day. Should I invest in stocks or should I buy a business? Should I start a franchise or should I invest in an existing local business? Should I get a local partner or should I start from scratch? These are all questions we at Motherland Investors help you find answers to. That's why we've come up with our framework. Investment on the continent, though lucrative, has to be strategic. It's not about emotions or sentiment. I wouldn't invest in Ghana just because I like Ghana. No, that's not an investment decision. You can vacation in Ghana if you love Ghana, but it doesn't mean you should invest in Ghana. Like visiting Zanzibar, Tanzania, or South Africa, Cape Town, doesn't mean you should invest in those places. Investment decisions, they have to be surgical, without emotion, because emotions and sentiments killed so many on this investment journey, and I wouldn't want you to go through that. Our African investment framework bridges the gap and provides a systematic approach towards matching your investment capabilities with opportunities on ground, conducting culturally informed due diligence, building effective local partnerships, navigating regulatory environments confidently, and designing the best and most appropriate exit strategies. Whether you're making your investment as a first-time investor or someone who has experience investing in the West or even in Africa, maybe you just want to expand your portfolio or to diversify, our framework simplifies everything for you. I can't possibly give you everything there is to know about all the amazing opportunities on the continent. Even if you gave me a week, I'm not sure I'll be able to cover everything. But it will be a disservice if I don't give you an opportunity to share how we can help you hold your hand further if you are interested. You'll love our upcoming 2 days virtual event where we'll break down all you need, especially those actionable steps you can start taking today to see some of these opportunities on the continent. For 2 days straight, you'll be able to connect with successful investors that are really active on the African market, with local business leaders seeking partnerships, with industry experts, with on-ground insights, how to navigate the African market. And you also get to implement our framework. We'll also give you resources to kickstart your journey. We'll give you sector-specific briefs. We'll give you an opportunity catalog so you can have a visual of all the opportunities available on the continent and how to better get into them. We'll give you country analysis for key markets. We'll give you a due diligence checklist as well as a directory of potential partners. This event is for people who already see the value in the continent and want to start taking action. They need practical steps. If you also need clarity or guidance, you can always give us a call. There's a link down below to book a call. But I urge you to attend this event. You're getting a lot over a 2-day period that will change your entire perspective. You're coming out at the other end ready to conquer the market. It's affordable enough for you to bring someone. Share it with a friend, your mom, the dad, your brother, a sister, someone who is also interested in investing in Africa. It's not fun getting rich all alone. So bring someone along. The most successful investors I've worked with approach Africa with both patience and urgency. Patience for relationships to develop, businesses to grow, and urgency in seizing opportunities when they arise. And this is one of those moments. This is Sean. He is a retired US Navy. While in service, he had the opportunity to visit several African countries and witness some of the potential firsthand. When he retired, he wanted to get into the market without being hands-on. So he came to us. With our help, Sean invested in the market while still enjoying his retirement. He does not need to spend his days buried in charts and balance sheets or worry about market trends. He made a 24% return on investment last year, and that's more than double what the S&P 500 generated. Just for context, the S&P 500 generates about 7 to 8% annually. This is also Shamikia. She's in corporate America and was looking to diversify her portfolio. She does not want to relocate to Africa or leave her job. She just doesn't want to put all her eggs in one basket in the West. She understands the power of compounding and is looking at a 7 to 10 years return on investment. She bought land in Ghana and is building an apartment, Airbnb. There's so many stories like this. They're all using our blueprint, which measures their financial goals, their risk tolerance, their market exposure to create the perfect opportunity they can leverage. Our framework is like a GPS that guides investors while calculating their likelihood for success. We have eliminated the guesswork and the emotion from the entire process, and we have made it easier for beginners. If you need clarity or you simply need to talk to someone, don't hesitate to jump on a call with me. The link is in the description below. 5 to 10 years from now, you'll wish you took action today. Please don't be that person. Let me leave you with this one thought. Every generation has frontier markets that seem obvious in retrospect. In the 1980s, it was Japan. In the 1900s, it was Silicon Valley. In the 2000s, it was China and India. Today, it's Africa. And the question isn't whether extraordinary growth will happen in Africa. It's whether you'll be part of it. And remember, first mover's advantage doesn't last forever. I look forward to continuing this conversation during our 2-day live event. Please join me for our 2 days live event and I'll be able to answer most of your questions one-on-one. You can get your tickets through the link below. See you on the other side.